that isn't in vision of the sentry. Secret just naturally assumed if there was going to be a ward, it'd be on top of this cliff. It's just out of range. He just spotted him all the way through.
Or even more in the middle of the lane. You've got the sentry there as well, but both sentries just missing. They're chasing a bit for more. Kuro in danger here. The cat's bouncing. Beautiful bounces from Kuro, but a follow-up trap, and they continue pursuit. In comes the anti-mage. RTK fairly low on money. He's going to surge his way forward. Still healthy in terms of HP, and they silence RTK, and they focus some time. 5 seconds to go. The Grave, I don't know if it's enough. He runs the other way. Last stop, and they get out of blink. He makes it. RTZ survives. They surge. No vacuum. And now the turn. S4 marching back.
He's got the move speed advantage.
There's the casket. It's going to bounce once to CTY. That's all they need for DDC. One more auto attack. They pound him down. ROTK also forced to run. Secret bouncing right back. They could have gone for an easier support kill, but they thought they had the bigger one. That juicy anti-mage and the well-timed Grave and the Blink just cooling down. eHome, they get thwarted in their effort for the bigger kill.
And that was perfectly timed, and if they had been successful with that, they could have denied RTZ a lot of time, could have made it incredibly hard for him to get back into the jungle. But with that play, all of Secret rotating down just to be able to protect their anti-mage and that jungle. The Grave was perfectly timed. RTZ waited out that blink for as long as he possibly could, manages to TP out at the last second instead of just running away, which I think was the correct decision. But CTY is going to do some...
Oh, they want S4 now. This one's going to be hard to escape from. Call down hits him once. He turns for the raise. He does bring RTK to a 3rd HP, but that's not enough for the kill. eHome. Again, the Gyrocopter really showing his flexibility here, Blitz. He can do it all. He can farm the stacks. He can pressure towers way earlier than a hero like Anti-Mage, and he can also take these fights, giving CTY time to clear out the Ancients. And the Radiant squad actually had vision of this, but they just don't feel like they have the levels or items they need to engage. The big one that it's going to be a while, and the analyst mentioned that this would be a hard game for Zai. It really hasn't been a great one so far. He's level 6, but the Blink's still 1,600 gold away, and without that, it's tough for Secret to initiate.
Yeah, what they're waiting right now is on eHome to overextend like they did at that bottom push, where they can catch them out, run them down, but I mean, that does rely on eHome getting over-aggressive, and it's hard for Secret to really catch anybody out pre-Blink Dagger Axe. I think that's kind of the weakness of their lineup. They have a lot of counter-initiation, but their initiation game is incredibly weak, but they are putting a lot on RTZ right now. Because if this anti-mage gets incredibly farmed, they realize the type of position they're in. They can just play the split push game.
He's done it before. He really has. We've seen a lot of impressive anti-mage games out of RTZ, and I would say it's probably the hero he played the most coming into TI as well in pub, so definitely something he's been practicing and expected to use quite a bit here.
Yeah, he ran into me in like 30 pub games or something like that. Something absurd when I was on my Smurf. Well, every single game was anti-mage.
That is what you get for being a dirty Storm picker.
What a great hero counter. Press one button, kill Storm. Lol. Great stuff, RTZ.
Wow.
No salt here.
Yeah, you're so salty. It's coming out of your pores, my friend.
We just flame each other now whenever we pick heroes.
Yeah. Well, you're hero pickers, so you both...
You gotta be a random player nowadays to get respect.
Yeah. And even then, if you random a good hero, you lose them.
Exactly.
You have to random bad heroes.
I just happen to random Storm a lot, but
yeah, well,
eHome right now, trying to put pressure on this mid tower. CTY here by himself. Kuro's gonna go for
the casket's not gonna bounce at all, though, and with that, any chance of a kill is gone. And it's about to be... It's closing in on that next nighttime. You may see some moves coming out from eHome. You can already see the more aggressive trap placement in conjunction with these wards, and actually a very unique one in the trees here near the Radiant Tower mid. Not something you see often, but it's a cool trap to see a support trying to back somebody up. And as you said, Secret, they want eHome to come to them. And what do you know? eHome are coming to them, but will this end the way they're hoping? That's the question that remains to be seen.
Yeah, and one of their crucial disables, maybe their only real disable, DBC, is at this top lane right now. And it's not easy.
He wants his level 6. He really does. There's the trap coming in mid that denies there. S4 with a good start to the fight. TP's going to come, but Calldown was ready for this. RTZ runs away. It only connects on Kuro, and now they pound him inside with the Rocket Barrage. Almost had his health gone. Lanham surrounded, though, in between two. Not that tanky anymore. Even RTZ going to get involved, but this leaves S4 to the Wolves. There's the Grave. Well placed to cast. That bounces beautifully. The wall zoning some of Secret back, but RTZ rushes in. He tanks the Rocket Barrage. He's got to blink away, and blinks to the south. That leaves Zai to be left for dead, and he'll be collected in the end by CTY. But oh, they found Kuro. He's way in deep. He does have a teleport scroll. Lift is ready, and they've also stolen the cast. They've got 2 ways to stop the TP. They'll start with the lift, and that's all they need. eHome, it just feels like they're the stronger fighting lineup right now. pretty decent engagement from Secret, but just didn't have the firepower.
Yeah, this is not where Secret's game is strong right now. They have to just get RTZ that Battle Fury so he can decide to split push, but right now, eHome, they're perfectly content with taking that trade. Even with losing that Night Stalker in the early game, they're perfectly okay with that because it means that Secret are more willing to engage and commit to a fight, which is what they want. They have 0 disables. They've got the Rubik lift, that's about it. So they have to have Secret, Secret has to be a willing dance partner for eHome to get anything done.
It's been a battle of vision really in both games, but this game, it feels like Secret is falling behind in the vision department here. They've only got 1 ward on the map, still every Dire Tower alive. The traps and deep wards continue to pile up, and you just toggle the Fog of War for eHome, they see almost the entire Radiant Woods, and their own Woods a bit less vision there, but they've got the towers up, so they've got control, and now they'll grab another tower. They also get their own mech, this to match what S4 has. So when it comes to team fight, eHome are ready to rumble. They're moving on towards mid. Arteezy looking for split push, but he's not the Shadow Fiend type of hero that can quickly bring down the tower. He's going to blink into the enemy woods and just wants to keep the farm up. He knows the Battle Fury is the key. Slow the game down and buy time, but guess what? There's vision. It's on Puppey, and swarming in his eHome. They may even run into Arteezy here. He blinks out. Oh no, Arteezy, this could be a devastating retreat. Oh, just gets out of range of the cooldown. Can he make it out? Puppey, he'll be the man left behind for now. S4 not even going to try to help him. Death by the Fade Bolt. They still hold the level 4 paralyzing cast. Will they find Kuro? The TP out. Homemaker. No vision on him, but the pressure mounts bottom. Arteezy. Oh, 43 HP. Now Kuro. Even when they survive, it's only barely. He wants this Battle Fury, but the pressure on the map is there for eHome.
Yeah, they've got wards in their own jungle. That sentry to follow up too. It's pretty surprising that they decided to place it there, but clearly it pays off because they know if they're pressuring Arteezy's jungle, he's just going to rotate to theirs. So they're placing wards on both sides of the jungle just to make sure that the Battle Fury is slowed down as much as possible. And even if he gets to the Battle Fury, they want to be able to pressure him and just force him out of whatever section of the map he feels comfortable in. They're going to start to get aggressive real soon because CTY just 200 gold off of that Desolator, and once he grabs that,
then Anti-Mage dies in those exchanges. He dies on probably 1 less hit. It's going to put even more pressure on Arteezy to be careful. Call down will come top lane and they go onto S4 even through the mech. He may drop here. Requiem is baited out. And they beat a retreat with the Requiem down now. Opportunity may beckon for eHome to move in even deeper. But you wanted to see pressure. They had a lineup that could rush in and put a lot of pressure on the map blitz. And we are seeing it through vision, through hero movements, through smokes. And again, they're moving forward. Onto Kuro, back into the creeps. Cask is going to stop this. Maybe Zai can turn it around. He's looking for the call. He's almost got his blink. Can't quite find the opening. We'll see Arteezy also forced back. Battle Fury calling his name, and he is going to get it along with the blink, but he's still got to farm that next item before he really comes online. In fact, they expect him to be at this camp, and Lanham is right about it. Arteezy silence, quick TP out. What a reaction, but not enough! CTY slams the door with the Deso. And we see the Anti-Mage, not the most combat-worthy hero this early on. He's just not getting the space he's accustomed to. Now the blink forward side, trying to throw DDC back, throws at the Battle Hunger, he retreats, but good luck, my friend. Calldowns there, maybe. Should tick down to this. No, the people! Don't tell me he lives! Don't tell me he lives! No mercy, he's dead. But that's just a Rubik.
It's not too big of a deal in Secret. They do respond and finally get something off the map, and Arteezy, he's still a little bit further than away from the Battle Fury than he wants to be, and eHome showing themselves on the map just so CTY can go for the solo Roshan, finds a really fortuitous DD rune at the same time, and this is going to be such a huge experience lead and farm lead for him.
And that's almost the blink as well, if he wants it.
And once he gets that blink, it's going to be a guessing game for Arteezy, because if he misplaces his blink, CTY is going to run you down and pretty much two-shot you.
And he still doesn't have the Battle Fury, and I mean, the risk is, the issue is, if you hold the blink, you start to lower your farming speed by a substantial amount.
At top, Zai's ready for this.
They're looking for the jump in. They've got the blink call. It's on to ZYF to go. The Death Ward to follow, but instantly canceled by RTK. Medical assistance has arrived, and they're going to turn it. eHome now hunting for S4. The TPL will be canceled. No Void. They got him. He's down as well. 3 crumble. ROTK, the man of the hour, saving his team and turning the fights in Arteezy now. He'll be pushed off the lane. He's not going to be allowed to farm. He still doesn't have the Battle Fury. It's on its way now. Boy, he's going to have to dig deep if he wants to turn this back.
It's not even really the individual stars from eHome that are really making a difference. It's their supports. This ward allowed them to see the Axe jump in. It's made such a huge impact. That's twice now that they've set up a gank using it. The first time they get Puppey. The second time they get 3 heroes out of Secret. And this ward, it's all about the vision nowadays, as you said earlier on in this game. And it made all the difference in the world because eHome, they see that their gyrocopter is going to get initiated on. They instantly rotate 3 heroes to back them up. They correctly guess that Secret are going to get aggressive, and the turnaround potential for them is huge.
And it's such patient aggression. We see CTY melded bottom. He's very strong with an Aegis right now, but he doesn't immediately jump on Puppey. He waits until he walks close. He sees their support there from Zai, and then he backs. And that's really been the maturation process that you talked about, that he doesn't overcommit whether he's ahead or behind. He's a more calm player in general now. That's Secret's turn. They want to make something happen. Puppey on the smoke. Maybe they get DDC here. There is a ward. Saw him walk by towards the Secret shop. He's found an interesting nook here to try and hide within.
Oh, they know.
They know about that nook. DDC, welcome to your new home. It's called the Well. Zai with the dunk.
Yeah, finally, Arteezy finally finding that farm time. He's already almost level 12. He's finally got that Battle Fury. Once he gets his Vlads, pretty much stay on the map for as long as he wants. He can do the jungle camps and... I mean, we've been talking about eHome all game, and yes, they have been playing a really dominant game, but you still don't really have the best counters for this anti-mage. You don't really have the best disables, only the Rubik Glyph. It doesn't last for very long. The Night Stalker silence is not an opportune silence. He can just manta it off every single time, and it's going to get hard for them to keep up with him.
And that's where eHome want to keep it up. CTY is looking to do it bottom lane. He will press the tower forward and drop it pretty low in terms of HP, but Puppey pings it out. They'll rotate in S4. And it does need to be reiterated that their cores are farming. S4, neck and neck, in fact, surpassing again the Templar Assassin on eHome. And Arteezy still the leader. The have-nots are the supports, though. Looking at Kuroki, normally one of the most farmed supports in the game, up there with AUI 2000. And he's doing a decent job, but this lineup needs a lot of space, especially for the 2 main cores, so it's going to come down here to positioning, it feels like. Puppey and Kuro, not quite as much to work with item-wise. They got to do it just with sheer savvy and veteran wit.
In all honesty, it's just the warding. ROTK, he has a gem that he picked up himself, so it's incredibly hard for Secret to keep up wards on the map. And so Secret, they're just playing behind their cores, kind of playing the guessing game like you said, whereas eHome supports are pretty much willing to go wherever they want because they have full vision, they can wait for the counter initiations. They're playing with full information right now, whereas Kuro and Puppey, they're playing the guessing game. You saw it at top, and here in this mid lane, they have no idea this is coming in.
They're going. They're on to S4, the back's there, the call down to follow. He's completely surrounded, doesn't even get off a spell, but the Grave, it allows for a Requiem to turn this, and on to RTK to go, the Death Lord keeps on going. CTY trapped in the trees. He's got to get out and help the team.
Oh,
they
he's
lose
stuck. They know too.
Oh, the blink will cool down, but the damage is done, and Arteezy says, wonderful, I'm going to cut the wave top. This tower will be mine. So much space. A lot of it feels like it came down to CTY getting caught in the trees. They couldn't do anything for the whole death ward. Just such good placement and play by Secret there.
And the problem is for eHome's lineup, it was like we talked about last game. The reason why we were talking as if eHome always had a chance was because there was no natural counters to the Storm. It's the same thing for the anti-mage this game. And the disastrous thing for eHome's lineup is they can't really make those mistakes. On paper, it's, okay, we traded 2 for 1, at least we got a core, but it's more like we committed 5 heroes to a fight, and the anti-mage was farming the entire time, and all we got was 1 hero.
And boy, is he farming. Suddenly a Flats is up. He's still 30 CS up on this Templar Assassin, and now he's got a haste turn. He's going to blink in mid, looking to clear out the waves, and the pressure just begins to mount. The tower, tier 1's still up mid and bottom. That's something Arteezy will definitely have his eyes on. Now moving towards the enemy ancients. Oh, this is a big stack. They can't allow him to